Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Brown Lifestyle Podcast. I'm Rohan,
I'm Ursel.
and the topic for today is peer pressure and bullying.
So, like in any other communities, just in African American communities, white communities, any other community, some teenagers face peer pressure and bullying just because of the cultural differences, and like the sense that no one else is like me. I'm like the odd one out type shit.
Right. So,
So the first topic we have is like bullying at school, and so like some kids like since well I have a bunch of kids at my school. Like sometimes they'll be picked on because like they're Indian, I guess, but like
yeah.
it'll come in other ways. Like someone will make fun of like the food. They'll be like, "Oh, your food stinks. Oh, you stink. Oh, you don't wear deodorant." It's like the really stereotypical jokes, and like they think that they're just messing around, but in all honesty, they're not messing around. It like really like can really affect someone's health. You know. Have you ever-
Yes.
Oh my bad.
No, that kind of happened. That used to happen to me a lot in elementary school. Kids would make fun of food you would eat. Did that happen to you
Yeah,
too?
it happened to me all the time.
So people would talk about the smell, even though Indian food doesn't really smell.
It doesn't
bad.
smell bad.
Or and like desi food in general.
Yeah.
But kids find everything to make fun of. But so the smell and then what it was. So it could be anything Indian, but if it was just Indian, they would just make fun of it. Or that was the same thing for you?
Yeah, it was the same thing for me. Like I'd bring food and I'd like it.
I know.
eat it, and I would be like, "Oh, it doesn't smell bad at all." Like these other kids would make fun of it just cause I was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, it's like what the hell? Yeah, but so like when I was younger in I think it was also elementary school. So I used to be a little bit of a troublemaker, you know. So I would make fun of myself just for validation, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So there was this one time I was trying to make everybody laugh, and that stereotypical like Indian dance,
Oh yeah, like
the light bulb, yeah. So I was doing that, just to get a laugh out of people, but the more when I grew up like now and when I got into high school, so I didn't really realize the impact.
Sometimes when I was in like elementary school, like, well, me like my whole family was like new to the U.S. and so like my mom would dress me up for school just because like that's what we thought. Like I thought it was good to be dressed up for school because in Pakistan, the majority of schools you'd have to wear like a dress shirt, pants, like boots and everything. But like I'd come to school and be like, "Why are you dressed up so fancy?" Like they'd be like, "What are you doing? You dress weird," or like, they make fun of me for they make fun of me for smelling bad too.
Really?
Yeah, they'd be like, "Oh, you smell bad." Well, it's like low key was my fault because I was like 5. And I didn't like put on deodorant or anything. But like they made fun of me like they didn't think it was like that big of a deal, but it would hurt my feelings.
Right. Well, my dad used to dress me up and my sisters and everything for school too. But did you like were you smelling like bad because your parents were just cooking, or was it like
Probably.
yeah? So
I don't think it was like I stink. 'Cause
Yeah.
I would shower like almost every day, but yeah.
so that's my point. Kids would just find everything to make fun of, right? So you didn't like actually smell. So
I just smelled like Indian food, which was like if you smell like Indian food, that's gonna be like a weird smell on you, but like on Indian food, it's kind of like normal. If that makes sense.
yeah. And then so bullying in social settings is just that kind of ties into school, but just at any public function. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because even if you don't know people, they'll just
yeah,
come up to you.
like that's what like most kids would do.
Yeah,
Like,
so
you wouldn't know them; they just kind of say it.
yeah, so people would just randomly go up to you and just do stuff like that.
Yeah.
So for me, along with the the light bulb dance, people would laugh when you would do the Indian accent or desi accent.
Oh yeah.
So I used to do that a lot. And I didn't realize the actual effect of that
Yeah.
until later on, because it's like you're
You
bringing
realize that they were like laughing at you, not with you.
yeah, and you're just setting your people back right, in a
Yeah.
way. And
King batch. Okay, my bad.
no, so it's like I would like now I feel bad doing that because people would genuinely get sad when
Oh yeah,
whites or
it's really really annoying.
yeah, when Americans or other non-Desi people would do it, and even when other Desi people do it now to
Oh yeah.
white people and Americans, like I get cringed out for it. Like Omar, when I was in middle school, I used to do that accent still, right?
Yeah.
And then Omar would always talk to me and be like, "Why are you doing this? Like you're literally making fun of your own people." And I didn't realize like,
Yeah, cause like you think that I'm just getting along with these guys, but like they're laughing at you, not with you.
yeah, they don't really care.
Yeah. What about bullying at home? You ever like peer pressure, like any bullying at home?
Well, for my siblings, at least like for the most part, they don't really bully too much. If anything, I'm the one bullying.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Continue, my bad.
So, my sisters. So I have an older sister and a younger sister. So I'm a middle child. But so that doesn't really. I don't really get bullied myself, but I try to push my siblings, even my older sister. I try to push them so they can be better. So I guess I could be peer pressure, but I just want them to be
peer
the
pressure.
best. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Do you do that at all? Because you're the oldest, right?
I'm the oldest. Yeah, I have two little brothers. So bully. I haven't been like a bully. Okay, well, at some point in my life, I was like kind of mean to everybody. That was like 3 months out of like my whole life, but for the most part, I didn't really make fun of anybody like that. But my siblings sometimes mess with me. But like it's like the basics of like, oh, you're fat.
What?
Yeah, like every single time my little brother's losing an argument, like we could be talking about like cars. If he starts to lose the argument, he just starts calling me fat. And my parents don't really do that much. Like it's just like the little small little fat jokes or like that type of jokes. But for the most part, I sometimes make fun of them. Like my little brother, he acts like he's a thug sometimes. I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's a little character.
Yeah, he's a little, and so like I make fun of him for like that. I'm like who are you trying to be? That's not like, cause like he's just trying to act like someone he's not. But for the most part, that's it.
You think he does that because of the people he's around, like because they're all American?
I mean, the school he goes to is like kind of like that. So
He's ghetto.
yeah, it's really good.
Where?
He told me some kid got stabbed like over
In an elementary school or middle school?
Yeah, I was like, what are they doing
Oh
in
my
middle
God.
school? When I was in middle school, I was like, I still watch My Little Pony.
Yeah, like no, but yeah,
You watch
kids
My
these
Little
days.
Pony?
Huh?
You watched My Little Pony?
Yeah, my sisters and I did.
I used to watch it, and then like, my dad told me it was for girls, and I still kept watching it. But then like, I was like 12 years old, and I was like, what the hell am I doing?
No, but yeah, I used to watch all those shows with my sisters. Like I used to watch Barbie a lot.
Oh, I watched that one like the Barbie Dreamhouse show. I watched that.
Yes.
One. Oh, that
Bro,
was
that was actually a good show.
Like, if
Yeah.
I went back and I watched it again, I wouldn't have been bored.
Yeah, and then what is that one show? Oh, did you ever watch Monster High? It wasn't a show, but it was
Monster
a movie.
High? No, I didn't watch
It was like this is a really good show, but me and my sisters used to watch it a lot.
Well, I mean, it's like kind of justifiable for you because like you had sisters. Like I had all brothers. We would all sit down and just watch My Little Pony.
Well, at least all of you are doing it.
I know. Well, like
That's funny.
yeah.
Yeah. So do you feel pressure from your friends, like from me or anyone else in our friend group, to do stuff?
I mean, not really. Like I guess you could say like sometimes like sometimes I'll think about something and I'll be like, and I'll think it's really funny, but then I'll say it out loud. And like none of you guys will laugh, and I'll be like, "Oh, they don't like this type of stuff. This is not funny." And I have to like kind of change.
So you just feel like stupid for saying that?
Yeah, sometimes I feel like I'll say something, and I won't realize it was like a really dumb thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for the most part, not like from my friends and stuff. Sometimes in like public, I'm like if I'm in class, and I have to pray. I try my best to like leave the room to pray because I don't want to do it in front of people. It's just like kind of weird. Or like listening to Punjabi music, I always make sure I have my headphones in. You know, like if anybody hears it, they'll make those little ding like jokes. I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, I was gonna say the Punjabi music, like even our friend group makes fun of us.
Oh yeah.
But I really enjoy it.
I enjoy it too. It's not like bad. They just don't listen to it because like they weren't like raised around that.
Yeah, my mom used to play that music all the time.
Yeah, my dad listens to it. My dad listens to AP Dylan like all
Really?
the time, and like That's not something you expect because he's like kind of old.
Yeah, my mom likes that too. But so when it comes to peer pressure from friends, I think we, for the most part, it's kind of healthy peer
Yeah,
pressure.
like it's not like they're trying to like do anything bad to you.
But I mean, again, every friend group isn't like perfect, so
Yeah.
there's gonna be bad parts. But like when we were like when we explore and stuff, you know how sometimes you don't want to do something because you're scared or whatever.
Well, it's not like all of us. It's usually just you.
No, that's what I mean. I was saying you as in like just in general, but yeah. So like when that train was coming, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
We were near this area, so we were on this train track, and we were walking on it, and I was like, guys, we should probably get off, right? Because right while we were on this train track, we would see people like down below because it was a river and stream, and so people were fishing, and everybody was being loud or whatever, and I was telling them, guys, we should probably get off. And before this train comes, right? This cart, it's a car, but I guess it has modifications.
It's like a truck with like train tires type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this guy, he literally walks past, or he drives past us. He doesn't do it. We get off the track, obviously, but we're still up there. So he's driving past us, and I think Azam, like one of our friends, like waves at him, and the guy doesn't care.
Didn't they like throw a rock in like the car too, or was that?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I think it might have been the
Oh
train.
wait, no, that was like me and Gossip were like up on the hill.
Oh,
We
that
were,
was.
like, throwing rocks at you.
Oh
Remember?
yeah.
Yeah.
There's this loud ass train that came by, and we go off the tracks.
Well, we don't go off the tracks. Me and the rest of my friends were like standing at like the corner. So like we were like right here. The train was like right like this. We were standing right here, and this guy, he got scared, so he like slid all the way down the hill because he thought he was gonna get arrested.
Okay,
or something.
but we're being a little dramatic. It wasn't that far down.
It was pretty far down.
Okay.
I would remember what happened when I tried to slide down. Cut my hand open. Remember?
Oh yeah, I do remember actually.
Cut my hand
okay,
open,
fine.
chat, like all like this.
Yeah, so that was fun, but the train was like loud as shit. It was so loud, but it was a funny experience.
Yeah,
But
it
yeah.
was pretty fun.
So during the loud train, my friends kept telling me, "Get your ass up here! Why are you being a pussy?"
It's like, I mean, I understand if you're like scared of getting like arrested or stuff, but like to an extent, like they could not. It's not like they would have stopped the train just to like say anything to us. Like,
Yeah.
Majority of the time, if there's like peer pressure happening in like our friend group or anything, it's just because like we want something. So like for his example, we didn't want him to be like scared his whole life, so we were like just like it's not that big of a deal. Or like if I say something stupid, they'll like make fun of me, but like they'll only make fun of me like so that I know not to say it, so that they make fun of me in private, so that I don't like go and say that in public and like embarrass myself.
But for the most part, I feel like I'm not that scared of things.
I mean,
It kind of just depends, though.
well, yeah, it depends. Like when it comes to horror movies or like doing any of that type of stuff, you're like really scared of them.
Oh, yeah, I don't like horror
When it comes to
movies.
climbing anything, it's like the opposite. I'm always scared, and you're not.
Well, yeah. So we all have our little
Yeah.
things, but
So what about like peer pressure at home? Do you ever face any like pressure from like your family?
well, it's like healthy peer pressure, but just from my older sister mostly, because my little sister, she's like 12, so
Yeah, I know what
she hasn't really experienced it.
I know what you mean.
So
Do you pressure like your little sister to do so sometimes?
I do,
I try to for my siblings too.
because you always want your siblings to be better than you, kind of.
Yeah, because like
At least your younger ones.
well, kind of. It's like sometimes it's a little annoying, but for the most part, it's not like I want them to like not succeed at anything. For the most time, I do want what's best for them, and they don't understand that. Like my little brother, he's in middle school. He's in 8th grade at the moment. Every single time I try to help him with something, he's like, "That's not how it is anymore. That's how it was at your time." Like, this is like it's like 3 years ago. I'm a junior now. That was 8th grade. That's only 3 years ago. And I don't know why he's always like that. But for the most part, I feel like your sister's the oldest, right? She's pressuring you. So for me, I try to pressure my siblings into like doing good stuff. Like my little brother, he's a pretty big guy. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get him into football or like basketball at least, because those are really good sports. He could go to college with it if he wanted to, and I'm trying to get them both into like kind of working out, because they're like really lazy for the most part. And
Yeah.
like in terms of school, they don't really take school as seriously. I took it seriously. They kind of take it seriously, but like not as seriously, kind of.
Yeah.
But like for the most part, if I tell them something, or like I make fun of them for not doing something, it's just because I want them to be better people.
I feel that because, like, my older sister, well, she peer pressures me in the sense that her mistake she doesn't want me to do,
Yeah, I know
and then I do that to my little sister.
Yeah.
So, like, I regret not studying for the SAT earlier.
Are
And
you taking it?
I don't have a schedule yet,
Oh.
so that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But my little sister, she doesn't see the point in taking the SAT.
Mm-hmm.
But I keep telling her, like, no, you need to take it because it's really important.
Your little sister she just doesn't want to take it?
She doesn't want to take it. She doesn't, because we told her that you don't need the SAT.
Oh.
Or
so
not that you don't need, but you know.
Yeah.
So she doesn't want to take it. But she's smart. Like, she's in GT classes as an 8th grader now. So she's on the track to go into higher math classes as when she gets into high
she's
school.
taking algebra 2?
No, well, she's taking I think algebra.
Geometry right now, or
I can't remember, but she's gonna be taking algebra
she's taking
2.
good, like smart classes.
Yeah, so she's gonna get set on a higher path,
Yeah.
higher than me, and you know.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm happy she's doing that, and my older sister, I look up to her because she's really really smart. So I feel like having an older sibling.
It's a really good thing.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about like. I haven't taken the SAT yet. Like high school in general, like college applications, I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
And like the majority of my cousins, they were all like in Pakistan, like born and raised. So like they can't really help me out either. So I kind of just got to figure it out myself and hope that I don't mess up.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I try to help my siblings out. Like some of my like I try myself. I try to like be like an independent person to the like extent to as far as I can, right? Like I can't do everything for myself. And like then when I see like my siblings relying on my parents for everything, I'm like, what are you doing? Like you could do it yourself. Like when my little brother like a couple years ago, he'd be like, oh, mama, can you like feed me? Cause like he was watching iPad. I was like, what's the point of that? Like you have hands, you can eat yourself. But I try to like every single time I try to say something to them, it's usually just cause I wanna make sure that they grow up to be like independent, like self-sufficient.
Yeah.
What about you? Like,
Well, yeah, I agree with that. Like my older sister, she does that a lot. Me and her are really close, or we still are. She just doesn't live in because she lives in college. But she goes to a pretty good school, so that's good. And she always wants me to be, like I said, I want my little sister to be better than me, and I'm sure she wants both of us to be way better than her.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's any competition between us, like, not from a parent view, just from each other. Like, we don't really have anything.
Like for the most part, sometimes like I don't know if this is in your family as much, but in my family is kind of like out of all 3 brothers, all right, which one's gonna be the most successful?
You guys say that, or your parents say that?
Like I know we all think that.
Oh.
Like my little brothers think they're gonna be successful. It's not like they think they're gonna be successful. It's like they want to be, and it's just about like who's working hardest to get it.
Right.
And like if I start slacking or whatever, I'll see him. I'll be like, oh no, I gotta lock in. And the same thing with my little brother. He's like still like pretty little, or like, well, he's not little. I don't know if this happens with you, but like the younger sibling, like they're always like a little baby like a little longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's always like a little bit of competition. Like he hasn't really started getting into like the competitive thing, but like my other brother, he like, well, I started lifting, so now he like tries to exercise when he can, and he like flexes on me like just cause.
But that's like, good though, right?
Yeah, it's like a good amount of competition to like keep everyone motivated and keep everyone like going.
Yeah, that's good.
What about? Well, we kind of already touched back on this,
Mm-hmm.
but what about like peer pressure, like the fear of doing certain things, like cultural things, like in public? You ever have to like deal with any of that?
Well, I never did this, but when people wear the
little red dot.
Yeah, so that's it's my mom told me because I didn't know for a while, but she told me that it's for when you do prayers. You put it on.
You put it on when you do prayers?
Well, I don't, but
it's like one of those things. Like you can if you want to.
Yeah, but like prayers as in like a group prayer, it's called a puja, but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But because me and my mom don't really do that. It's just we do it on our own.
Yeah.
so we don't really need to do it. But you also can tie like the Rocky that I have.
Yeah.
You can tie like something, or it's like a string. It's not like it doesn't have any design, but
Yeah, no shit.
yeah. So I never really wanted to wear that in public, the dot, because or it's called a bindi. I forgot what it's called for men, but it's a different name. But so I never wanted to wear that because people will always make fun of these people.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know, but that's like the only thing. I don't really care about certain things because like I'll just tell them like who the hell are you, right?
Yeah.
But do you have anything like that?
I mean, kinda. Like when I was a kid, I wore I would wear shalwar kameez. Well, it never really happened, but I was always scared to wear shalwar kameez in public. Cause I'd be like, oh, people make fun of you, and like there all those like, this was around the time like I know there was like the September 11th one, like that one attack, right? But after that, there were like other terrorist attacks. But this was when those were trending, like the Trump it was Trump versus Clinton, I think. That
Like 2016.
Yeah, around 2016. Like I'd be scared, like, oh, these guys are gonna be racist to me if I say this or like if I wear that.
Wait, what did you say you were wearing?
Like the shalwar kameez.
Like a kurta?
Yeah, like a kurta.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
I'd be like scared. I'd be like, oh, they call me a bomber, or they're like, for the most part, nobody ever did anything. But like it was in my head that they'll make fun of me, and I'd be like the way that most people in our culture dress, like even like there's like the traditional clothes, and then there's like these type of clothes, but like even brown people like they wear like specifically like you'll see some people wearing like a nice dress shirt with like a pair of jeans, like that. Is there like the kind of style that like it's evolved into? I wouldn't want to wear that either, just because I'd be like hella scared. I'd be like, oh, they're gonna like make fun of me for like dressing like an uncle or anything, and so that's what that kind of like led to me dressing a little bit more like I don't know how to say it, like hip.
Like American.
Like
well,
white. There we go.
Yeah.
Like I dress more like white, like
or just like your nation's culture.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. But to be honest, if I had more kurtas, I would probably wear those like a lot more.
Well, I would have no issue. Like if I go to Pakistan, I have no issue wearing it there. But like I've been wearing like American clothes for so long that like I feel more comfortable in these.
I mean,
I feel like it's kind of the same for you, right?
Well,
for most people that like
like
I know some of my uncles that live out like outside the states, outside of like Pakistan, but they'll wear American clothes, but they'll tell me, they'll be like, I don't like wearing this, and then when they go to Pakistan, they only wear kurtas.
Yeah, I want more kurtas. I only had one, but it doesn't really fit me anymore.
For me, I get like more. I get them made like when I go to Pakistan.
Yeah,
I got them tailored, and then I just bring like a couple home. You can buy them. They're like a lot of.
Yeah, they have them here too.
Yeah, they have like. It's like good to get them built there too, but like you can buy some really nice quality ones here. They just be like a little more expensive.
Yeah. So that's about it for our podcast. Yep. We hope you liked it. So it might be a little hard to see, but on all platforms it's at Brown Lifestyle. We have a Google form we recently made, so that's going to be in our link tree. You can find that on our on our Instagram. So if you have any ideas for us to make our podcast about, you can submit them there, or if you have any like confessions or something like that you want us to do, you can put it there. And like please make sure to like put something in. We're really interested on hearing about your guys' lives and like what topics that are of interest to you, because I mean that's like really what this whole podcast is about, like topics of interest to the brown community. And please don't forget to like share to everyone else. Yes, please share. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Turn the likes and notifications on and everything. Yes. Yeah. And like just share with your friends. Tell them to share with their friends. Like just try to share as much as you can. Like this is a really good tool that we believe can like help a lot of people. And I mean, well, yeah, you want to share it to other people so that they know about it. So please make sure to share it to others. And yeah, we'll see you next time. If you remember, any ideas, you gotta share them with us. Brown Lifestyle out.